All right, today we're diving into a really powerful idea, a secret really, pulled straight from the world of gaming that can totally transform your business. We're going to explore how you can reframe everything you do around your customer's own personal heroic journey.
So, let's just jump right in with a big question. Think about it. As a business owner, you are playing this high-stakes game of survival every single day. But what if your customers, what if they're playing a completely different game altogether? This disconnect, this is often the real reason for things like unpredictable sales and why customers just seem to disappear.
And that fundamental business challenge, it actually has a name: financial shrinkage. It's like this relentless opponent that just chips away at your bottom line, day in and day out. And honestly, it's a battle a lot of businesses are losing.
So what is financial shrinkage? Well, you can think of it as this slow, silent killer of profits. It's all those fixed costs that never, ever sleep. You know, for a restaurant on a slow Tuesday night, the rent is still due, the staff is still on the clock, the lights are on. That constant financial drain, it can be absolutely crushing.
And just how crushing are we talking? Well, after every single expense is paid, the average restaurant is left with a net profit margin of only 2 to 6%. I mean, wow. In a game with odds like that, you're not just playing against the house. You're basically betting on pure luck just to survive another year.
But what if you could rig the game in your favor? The secret isn't to play harder. It's to completely change the rules of the game. It's time to stop thinking of your customer as just a sales target and start seeing them as the hero of their own epic adventure.
Let's break this down. On one side, you have the transactor. They come in, they buy something, they leave. The relationship is purely functional. But on the other side, you have the avatar. For them, every single purchase is an investment in their identity. It's a real step forward in their personal heroic journey with your brand.
And this quote right here gets to the absolute heart of it. In a role-playing game, or RPG, players spend real money. Why? Because they're not just buying some pixels on a screen. No, they're buying a digital status symbol. They are literally acquiring power and uniqueness for this character they've poured their time and their identity into.
So what is the psychological secret sauce that makes this work so well? What creates this incredibly deep emotional commitment? Well, it all boils down to two of our most powerful human drivers: identity and belonging.
It really starts with a principle from the psychologist Robert Cialdini, and he calls it the unity principle. The idea is that we are just hardwired to be influenced by people we see as one of us. You know, when you share an identity with a group, their values become your values. This is the magic behind every guild, every clan, and every faction in the entire gaming world. And this powerful sense of unity, it's really built on three key pillars. First, you've got to create a shared identity, which makes your customer feel like they're part of something much bigger than just themselves. Second, you encourage personal investment. We're talking time, effort, and money, which makes their commitment so much deeper. And finally, you offer digital status, a clear way for them to proudly show off their identity and their investment to the world. Okay, so we get the psychology, but how do we actually turn this into profit? Let's look at how you can engineer a system that transforms a simple transaction into this pivotal, exciting moment in your customer's heroic journey. This is where the magic happens. We translate these basic human needs directly into engaging game mechanics. So the need for progress, that becomes an experience bar, an XP bar. The need for recognition, that gets fulfilled with achievements. A subscription is no longer just some recurring bill. No, it's framed as a permanent buff that gives your hero a lasting advantage. And a big purchase becomes the acquisition of a legendary item that makes them stand out from everyone else.
And the results of making this shift, they are an absolute game changer. You've forged this deep, emotional investment because customers are literally building a piece of their identity with your brand. You inspire continuous engagement because they're always trying to level up. And you create this incredible resistance to churn. I mean, for them, leaving your brand would feel like abandoning a part of themselves.
So, what's the end game here? Ultimately, this entire framework is about taking back control. It's about moving your business from a position of weakness and uncertainty to one of real strength and predictability.
This statement from the source material just says it all. You stop being a passive victim of whatever the market feels like doing that day, and you start actively architecting your own success. Your revenue isn't left to chance anymore. It becomes a deliberate, engineered outcome.
And you can literally see the difference. On the left, that's the chaos of unpredictable revenue, the constant anxiety of good months and bad months. And on the right, you see the steady, predictable growth that comes from having a loyal base of avatars who are in it for the long haul.
And this brings us right back to where we started. That reliable, predictable revenue from your avatars directly counters the threat of financial shrinkage. It absorbs those fixed costs, essentially extinguishing them, and it allows you to finally win that unwinnable game.
So, I'll leave you with this one challenge. Take a really hard look at your business. Are your customers just making a purchase, or are you giving them the chance to level up? Because the answer to that question could be the key to your own epic win.